Good morning. Your name?
Richard Parmenter.
Sir, this is 19 CF 2162. You failed to appear for trial on February 3rd of this year. Your bond, sir, is set at none. I'll appoint the public defender if they weren't previously appointed. They'll have to file a motion in Division 14 to see if you can get a bond. Thank you. Good morning.
Good morning.
Your name?
Pedro Rivera.
Sir, you're here in 19 CF 11089. You failed to appear for trial conference on January 16th of this year. Your bond is set at... Good morning, your name?
Alvaro Fuentes.
Sir, you're here in 20 CF 2530. You were arrested for grand theft of a motor vehicle. Pursuant to a probable cause capias, the state has charged you with a one-count information for grand theft. You're not to have any contact with Petronella Knowles. You're not to return to the scene. Your bond, sir, is $5,000. Thank you. Sir, good morning. Your name?
Jamal Salesman.
Mr. Salesman, this is 20 CF 2250. Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning.
Your name?
Jessica Terry.
Ms. Terry, this is 20 CF 2629. You were arrested for possession of cocaine. There's probable cause. I'm going to appoint the public defender to represent you. I'm going to release you on your own recognizance at this time. You're not to possess or consume any controlled substances without a valid prescription. You're to contact your lawyer within 24 hours of your release from the jail, and you must attend all court dates, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am. very
Thank
much.
you. Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Mr. Trammell, you're here in 20 CF 2604. You were arrested for tampering with physical evidence, soliciting without a permit, and littering. There is probable cause. I'm going to appoint the public defender to represent you. Mr. Trammell, you have to come back to court. Do you understand me?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you know where the courthouse is?
No, ma'am.
All right, that's a problem. So Ms. Fowler's going to give you some information about who your lawyer is, okay? And on that, she's going to write down the address of the courthouse, okay?
Okay.
And it's downtown on Orange Avenue, all right? You are not to return to the intersection of Lake Underhill and South Cimarron. You need to call your lawyer within 24 hours of getting released from the jail, and you have to attend all court dates. Do you understand me?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, if you don't, there's going to be a warrant for your arrest, and it will have no bond.
Okay. When am I gonna get out today?
You are.
So
But subject to all the conditions I just told you, are we very clear on what's required?
yeah, I supposed to call my lawyer when I first get out and don't return to Lake Underhill.
What's the most important thing, though? Going back to court,
Or coming back to court, yes.
right? So you need to stay in contact with their office so you know when that is.
Okay,
All right.
I will. So I will be getting out today, though?
You will.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Thanks.
Your Honor, that's the RR.
Yes. Good morning, your name?
Kemuel Jose Vieira Rodriguez, Your Honor.
Sir, this is 20 CF 2593. You were arrested for burglary of a conveyance.
Yes, ma'am.
2 counts. There is probable cause. I'm going to appoint the public defender to represent you. You are not to return to the scene or have any contact with any of the victims. Bond on count 1 is $3,500. Bond on count 2 is $150. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, ma'am. So, question, Your Honor. Does that mean I just pay $150 bond in total?
You'll have to ask Ms. Fowler about that, sir. Good morning.
Good morning, ma'am.
You Mr. Williams?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, sir, you were arrested in 20 CF 1163 for possession of a Lazapram. This was pursuant to a warrant. I'm going to appoint the public defender to represent you. I'm going to release you on your own recognizance, sir.
Yes, ma'am.
You need to contact your lawyer within 24 hours of your release,
Yes,
and you
ma'am.
must attend all court dates.
Can I say something, please, ma'am?
Sure.
You know, I do a little part-time work, but I'm also a dumpster diver.
A what?
A dumpster diver.
Oh, okay.
And so I haven't found, now, I don't know anything about no pills, because I'm not, you know, all that kind of stuff.
So,
But
Mr. Williams, I understand that you want to explain to me that you didn't do this, and I get that, but I don't want you to say anything that would
Oh, yes,
jeopardize
ma'am.
your case
Okay.
later, okay?
Yes, ma'am. Okay,
All
yes,
right.
ma'am.
Okay,
And so
thank you.
I believe in today on my own conscience.
Yes, I am.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome,
Blessings.
sir.
Okay, do I sign anything? No? Okay, thank you very much. Have a blessed day.
You too, sir. Good morning, sir.
Ma'am,
Hi, good morning.
it's fine, man.
Tell me your name, please.
Attorney Carl Yarber, United States Supreme Court Superior Court.
Yes, sir, I understand. Okay.
Praise the day, sir. Praise it, ma'am.
Thank you, Mr. Yarborough.
Yes, ma'am. Real praise.
All right.
Did they,
Mr.
excuse
Yarborough,
me,
you can't talk when I'm talking. If you want to stay in the courtroom, you cannot talk when I'm talking.
who is this thing?
That's your lawyer.
I applied to be my own lawyer.
All right, well, we'll take that up at another time, but you can't talk when I'm talking, okay?
All right, ma'am.
All right, thank you. This is 20 CF 2573. Mr. Yarborough, you were arrested for possession of a weapon on school property and aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. There's probable cause. I'm appointing the public defender to represent you, sir. You cannot go back to the the Howard Middle School. You can't possess any weapons or any firearms. I'm going to stay the bond at this time as to counts 1 and counts 2. Mr. Yarborough, your public defender is going to come and talk to you a little later on, okay?
Ma'am, you can say what you want, but I'm of the United States Supreme Court and Justice Department.
I
We
understand.
will be challenging you, miss.
Okay,
In your whole court system, and this whole system in Atlanta and Orange County.
I understand. Thank you,
All
sir.
right, thank you.
Sir, good morning. Your name? Mr. Wiley, sir, you were here in 20 MO 311. You were arrested for disorderly conduct. There's probable cause. I'll appoint the public defender. Was there an offer?
Yes, Your Honor, adjudication of guilt, 2 days with credit time served, court costs.
Thank you. Mr. Blything, did you want to accept that offer from the state? Credit time served. 2 days with credit for time served. So you'd be released today, sir. Okay. Mr. Blything, did you read the plea form, sir, before you signed it?
Yes.
Do you have any questions about any of the rights that you're giving up?
Speak up. No.
All right. Are you on probation?
No.
Do you understand if you're not a U.S. citizen that this plea will subject you to deportation?
Yes.
Have you taken any drugs, alcohol, or medication that would affect your ability to understand what's happening in court today? You okay, Mr. Blything?
Yeah.
All right.
No, I'm straight up.
You
every
okay?
day, Sleep. I'm tired.
You're tired?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you understand what's happening in court this morning?
Yeah, I'm getting out, right?
Mr. Blything?
Getting out,
Oh,
right?
I can't hear you.
I said I'm getting out, right?
You are. Do you have any questions at all about anything that we're doing?
Yeah, could somebody please take me to the Social Security office so I can get my check started and get my life straightened out?
I think you should probably walk down there when you get released.
I don't know where it's at. I'm not from here.
Isn't the Social Security building, right by the juvenile courthouse? What's that street? No, it's back off of Michigan, like, it's what? Gatlin, thank you, that's the name of the street, thank you. All right? Mr. Blything, where are you from?
Sebring.
Oh, okay. All right, Mr. Blything, I'm writing this down for you, okay, so that you can go there today when you get out.
Okay.
All right, Mr. Blything, I'm going to accept your plea, adjudicate you guilty, sentence you to 2 days in the Orange County Jail. You've got credit for 2 days' time served. You will have to pay court costs. Those are going to be due by February 26th of 2021. You have 30 days to appeal the judgment and sentence of the court in writing. Thank you. Good morning.
Good morning.
Tell me your name.
Chandra Delmore.
Mr. Delmore, you were arrested in 20 MO 312 for state misdemeanors for trespassing in Lake Eola Park. There's probable cause. I'll appoint the public defender to represent you. Was there an offer for Mr. Delmore?
Yes, Your Honor. Adjudication of guilt, 3 days with credit time served, court costs, no return to the scene of the trespass at Lake Eola Park.
Okay. Mr. Delmore, did you want to accept that offer?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, sir. Sign the plea form, please. Mr. Delmore, did you read the plea form before signing it?
Yes.
Okay. Did you have any questions about any of the rights that you're giving up?
No.
Are you on probation?
No.
Do you understand if you're not a U.S. citizen that this plea will subject you to deportation?
Yes.
You all right, Mr. Delmore? Okay. Have you taken any drugs, alcohol, or medication that would affect your ability to understand what's happening in court today?
No, ma'am.
All right. I'll accept your plea, adjudicate you guilty, sentence you to 3 days in the county jail. You've got credit for 2 days' time served. You're not to return to Lake Eola Park. You have to pay court costs, which are due by February 26th of 2021. Then you have 30 days to appeal the judgment and sentence of the court in writing.
Okay.
Thank you. Morning, Mr. Shelton.
Good morning.
How are you today?
Well, I'm doing pretty good, ma'am.
All right. You were arrested for open container in 20 MO 313. There is probable cause. I'll appoint the public defender to represent you. Was there an offer for Mr. Shelton?
Yes, Your Honor. Adjudication of guilt, 2 days, credit time served, court costs.
You want to accept the offer?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Mr. Shelton, did you read the plea form before court this morning?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you have any questions about any of the rights that you're given?
No, ma'am.
Are you on probation?
No, ma'am.
Do you understand if you're not a U.S. citizen that this plea will subject you to deportation?
Yes, ma'am. I understand that.
Have you taken any drugs, alcohol, or medication that would affect your ability to understand what's happening in court this morning?
No, ma'am.
All right, I'll accept your plea, adjudicate you guilty, sentence you to 2 days in jail. You've got credit for 2 days' time served. You'll have to pay court costs, which will be due by February 26th of 2021. You've got 30 days to appeal the judgment and sentence of the court in writing, sir.
All right.
All right, thank
Thank you, ma'am. Have a great day, Judge Carter.
Thank you, sir. Good morning. Tell me your name, please.
Arthur Gray.
Mr. Gray, you were arrested in 20 MO 314 for disorderly conduct. There is probable cause. I'll appoint the public defender. Was there an offer for Mr. Gray?
Yes, Your Honor. Adjudication of guilt, 2 days with credit time served, court cost.
Mr. Gray, did you want to accept that offer?
I'm sorry, 2 days serve?
Correct.
Yes, I would.
Okay, just sign the plea form, please.
Okay.
Thank you. Mr. Gray, did you read the plea form before you signed it?
Yes.
Did you have any questions about any of the rights you're giving up?
No, I do not.
Are you on probation?
Yes, I am. Well, no, I'm sorry, I'm not on probation. I'm currently on bail.
In a different county?
No, Orlando.
Is he here on something? Does he have a FAD? Okay. Was the case that you were out on bond for a
That was-
battery and a petty theft?
Yes.
Okay, that case is over.
Okay.
It's been no infoed? Okay, so you don't have that case anymore.
All right.
All right. Sure, I'll just check it. Thank you. Well, hold on one second. I'm having a problem here. All right, 2020.
CF 000599980.
Yeah, February 12th, the state decided not to file formal charges on that case, sir.
Okay.
Okay, so, but you're not on probation?
No.
All right. Do you understand if you're not a U.S. citizen that this plea will subject you to deportation?
Yes.
Have you taken any drugs, alcohol, or medication that would affect your ability to understand what's happening in court this morning?
No.
All right, I'll accept your plea, adjudicate you guilty, sentence you to 2 days in jail. You've got credit for 2 days' time served. You'll have to pay court costs. Those are due by February 26th of 2021. You have 30 days to appeal the judgment and sentence of the court in writing.
Okay.
Thank you. Good morning.
Morning.
Your name, sir?
Mark Jordan.
Mr. Jordan, you were arrested in 20 MO 315 for disorderly conduct. There's probable cause. I'll appoint the public defender to represent you. Was there an offer for Mr. Jordan?
Yes, Your Honor. Adjudication of guilt, 2 days with credit time served, court cost.
Mr. Jordan, did you want to take that offer?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, sign the plea form, please. Sir, did you read the plea form before court this morning?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you have any questions about any of the rights that you're giving up?
No, ma'am.
Are you on probation?
No, ma'am.
Do you understand if you're not a U.S. citizen that this plea will subject you to deportation?
Yes, ma'am.
Have you taken any drugs, alcohol, or medication that would affect your ability to understand what's happening in court today?
No, ma'am.
All right, Mr. Jordan, I'm going to accept your plea, adjudicate you guilty, sentence you to 2 days in jail. You've got credit for 2 days' time served. You'll have to pay court costs, which are due by February 26th of 2021. You have 30 days to appeal the judgment and sentence of the court in writing.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, sir. Good morning. Sir,
Ma'am.
good morning. Are you Mr. Lindsay?
Yes, ma'am.
Sir, you were arrested in 20 MO 316 for disorderly conduct. There is probable cause. I'm going to, actually, you didn't fill out the form. Is there an offer for Mr. Lindsay?
Yes, Your Honor, adjudication of guilt, 2 days with credit time served, court costs.
All right, Mr. Lindsay, did you want to accept that offer?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, just sign the plea form, please. Sir, did you read the plea form before court this morning?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you have any questions about any of the rights that you're giving
No,
up?
ma'am.
Are you on probation?
No, ma'am.
And do you understand if you're not a U.S. citizen that this plea will subject you to deportation?
Yes, ma'am.
Have you taken any drugs, alcohol, or medication that would affect your ability to understand what's happening in court this morning?
No, ma'am.
I'll accept your plea, adjudicate you guilty, sentence you to 2 days in jail. You have credit for 2 days' time served. You'll have to pay court costs. Those are due by February 26th of 2021. You have 30 days to appeal the judgment and sentence of the court in writing.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, sir.
Mr. Neesmith, reviews your.
Ms. Farley, you want to go talk to him and see if he wants to come to court tomorrow?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, we'll reset Mr. Naismith. Good morning. Your name?
Andrew James Ferris.
Sir, you were arrested in 20 MO 318 for disorderly conduct. There's probable cause. Was there an offer for Mr. Fairs?
Yes, Your Honor, adjudication of guilt, 2 days with credit time served, court costs.
Did you want to take that offer, sir?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, just sign the plea form, please.
And Your Honor, was the PD appointed?
No, he didn't fill out the form.
I want to apologize.
Well, thank you, sir.
Yes, ma'am.
Did you read the plea form before signing it?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you have any questions about any of the rights that you're giving up?
No, ma'am.
Are you on probation?
No, ma'am.
Do you understand if you are not a U.S. citizen that this plea will subject you to deportation?
I understand.
Have you taken any drugs, alcohol, or medication that would affect your ability to understand what's happening in court today?
No, ma'am.
I will accept your plea, adjudicate you guilty, sentence you to 2 days in jail with credit for 2 days' time served. You will have to pay court costs. Those are due by February 26th of 2021. You have 30 days to appeal the judgment and sentence of the court in writing. Thank you.
So am I being released, ma'am?
You are.
Thank you.
Good morning. Your name?
Charles R. Stugart.
Mr. Stugart, this is 20 MO 319. You were arrested for disorderly conduct. There is probable cause. I'll appoint the public defender to represent you. Is there an offer for Mr. Stugart?
Yes, Your Honor, adjudication of guilt, 2 days with credit time served, court costs.
All right. Mr. Stugart, did you want to accept the offer?
Yes, do.
All right, thank you, sir. Just sign the plea form, please. Sir, did you read the plea form before you signed it?
That did.
Did you have any questions about any of the rights that you're giving up?
No, I don't.
Are you on probation?
No, ma'am.
Do you understand if you are not a U.S. citizen that this plea will subject you to deportation?
Yes, ma'am.
Have you taken any drugs, alcohol, or medication that would affect your ability to understand what's happening in court today? I will accept the plea, adjudicate you guilty, sentence you to 2 days in jail. You've got credit for 2 days time served. You'll have to pay court costs. Those are due by February 26th of 2021, and you have 30 days to appeal the judgment and sentence of the court in writing. Thank you.
Very much.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Your name?
Marilyn Alzugare.
Ma'am, you're here in 20 MM 1541. You were arrested for possession of drug paraphernalia. There is probable cause. I'll appoint the public defender. Was there an offer for Ms. Alzugare?
Yes, Your Honor. Adjudication of guilt, 4 days with credit time served, court costs.
Your Honor, how many credit times served?
Choose 2. Is she accepting the offer?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Ma'am, did you read the plea form before you signed it?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you have any questions about any of the rights you're giving up?
No, ma'am.
Are you on probation?
No, ma'am.
Do you understand that if you're not a U.S. citizen, that this plea will subject you to deportation?
Yes, ma'am.
Have you taken any drugs, alcohol, or medication that would affect your ability to understand what's happening in court today?
No, ma'am.
I'll accept the plea, adjudicate you guilty, sentence you to 4 days in jail. You've got credit for 2 days' time served. You will have to pay court costs. Those are going to be due by February 26th of 2021. You have 30 days to appeal the judgment and sentence of the court in writing, ma'am. Thank you. Good morning, Mr. Arce.
Good morning, Judge.
How you doing?
Hanging in here. I finally got information on the Central Care Mission
Good.
from the social worker.
All
When I
right.
was just before I got RR'd a second time on the same charges.
right.
So I come to find out that it's a possibility that I could get lucky and they could pick me up when I leave the jail.
That would be great. It's unfortunate, though, that you got released from the jail and then the very next day you got arrested.
I know, and it's crazy because several officers that know me from here, there's like, I see you tomorrow, and I was like, oh no, please don't jinx me.
So you know that when someone tells you you have to leave, you have to leave?
No, what's crazy is that I had some food stamps and I treated some people because I lived around the area, not far from here. I was living on 37th and Rio Grande. So I seen people that I hadn't seen in a long time. So I said, hey, you hungry? You want some chips and stuff? So I went in there several times. And she says, why are you buying these people's stuff? I said, they're friends that I haven't seen in a long
Mr.
time.
Archie, pretty soon there's not going to be anywhere you can go.
I know, it's crazy.
Right?
It's like becoming like a movie.
I'm hopeful, though,
I'm-
that you're going to get it together. I still am.
I'm scared. I think they're going to put curfew eventually for all citizens.
For what?
For they cannot be in the street after they come home from work.
Okay. Is there an offer from Mr. Arce?
Yes, Your Honor. Related to the extensive history with the same offense, adjudication of guilt, 6 days with credit time served, court costs.
Mr. Arce, do you want to take the offer?
I accept. I plead no contest.
All right. I'm not going to take any action on your out on bond case. I want you to follow up with the Central Cares Mission when you get out.
Oh, definitely. And I hear that they put you to work quick, too.
Oh, good.
You know,
Okay.
that you have to have ID, and like in a week, they put you to work, and it's good work, because the guy, Stephen, that I know from the Presbyterian Church, he
Yeah.
runs the Central Care Mission.
Okay.
And he's got connections with some big companies, and they get you started like 12 and up an hour. I've heard
Good.
of guys getting $18 an hour.
That's great.
Your Honor, was the PD appointed?
Yes. Mr. Arce, you had a good run last year.
Yes, I had a good run over there in Anchor, because I listened to what you said, so I went to Anchor. I went to the detox place, and that's how I got into Anchor, but they closed it, the detox place in Gore.
Let's do that again with the Central Cares Mission.
Yeah, I might have to go to a detox place, probably.
That's okay.
That's what I'm
You gotta do
thinking.
what you gotta do.
And then from there, I could transfer over there.
Did you read the plea form before you
Yes.
signed it?
Yes, I did.
Do you have any questions about any of the rights you're giving up?
Oh, no questions.
Are you on probation?
Oh, no.
Do you understand if you're not a U.S. citizen that this plea will subject you to deportation?
Yes.
Have you taken any drugs, alcohol, or medication
No.
that would affect your ability to understand what's happening in court today?
No, I haven't taken anything that will alter my mind.
All right, I'm going to accept your plea, adjudicate you guilty, sentence you to 6 days in jail. You have credit for 2 days time served. Or no, is it 2 or 3? 2? Okay. 2 days time served. You're going to have to pay court costs, which will be due by February 26th of 2021, and you cannot go back to the 7-Eleven.
Oh, definitely not.
Okay.
Thank
you, Mr. Arce.
Randy Dunn bonded, Your Honor.
All right. Mr. Jackson?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Jackson, sir, you are here in 20 MM 1542. You were arrested for petty theft. There is probable cause. I'll appoint the public defender. Is there an offer for Mr. Jackson?
Not at this time, Your Honor. It's enhanceable and there are priors.
Okay. Mr. Jackson, you are not to return to Walgreens. I'm going to release you on your own recognizance at this time. You need to contact your lawyer within 24 hours of your release and attend all court dates. They're actually going to give you a court date when you leave the jail. You need to be at that court date or a warrant will be issued for your arrest. You understand?
All right.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Your Honor. Say it one more time, repeat one more time.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
You're here in 20 MM 1561. You were arrested for petty theft
Yes,
and possession of drug paraphernalia.
yes. If you could, ma'am, make a decision on this, but I'd like to plead not guilty and, on this charge, and I need a OR, because I'm out on bond now.
Right, that's the problem.
And, all my stuff that I own is outside, and they're giving like 80% chance of rain starting tonight, and it's gonna be ruined if I don't get it. And I got a court tomorrow, so I was going to court tomorrow, so, and I will be in court. I always come to court. If you could find it some way to let me go and get my stuff, and I will be in court, I promise you
Well, the
that.
problem, Mr. Richardson, is that you keep getting accused of taking things that don't belong to you. That's
But
the
this,
problem.
the only thing that was taken from Walgreens,
No, I'm not asking you, I'm just telling you, the reason that I'm struggling with releasing
yeah,
you,
yeah, yeah.
again, is because you just got arrested for petty theft in January.
yeah, I know, I understand, ma'am, I understand. But,
Where are your things? At the Walgreens?
no, my things is in the woods.
Oh,
They're out in the open, that's what I'm trying to say. If I don't get them, so they're gonna be ruined. I promise you I'll be in court. I always go to court. Like I said, I've got court tomorrow downtown.
but I don't want you getting accused of taking things that don't belong to you.
Okay, all right. But like I said, I got court downtown tomorrow, so. And I have to go to that.
All right, just give me a minute, Mr. Richardson.
Okay, thank you.
Yep, you're gonna see Judge LeBlanc tomorrow at 9 AM, courtroom,
Is it 9? I thought it was 1.
19A. 9 AM.
Oh, I thought it was 1 o'clock.
No, sir, it says 9 AM, so you
Okay.
should get there like 8:30.
Okay,
All right. Mr. Richardson, you can't go back to the Walgreens.
yeah, okay, that's fine.
You have to contact the lawyer on your new case.
Yeah.
Within 24 hours of your release from here, you have to attend all your court dates. You're going to get a court date on the new case when you leave the jail. You have to show up at that court date.
Okay.
Don't be surprised if they increase it to a felony, because that's what happened on your other case that you have,
Yeah.
right? Because of
Yeah.
how many thefts you have. All right?
Yeah, I know.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, I'm R1.
Time get released, right? Time get released.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Tell me your name, please.
Eugene Trudeau.
Mr. Trudeau, how about Mr. Rouse? All right, we'll reset Mr. Rouse. Mr. Trudeau, sir. You are here in 20 MM 1522. You were arrested for trespass on property after warning. There's probable cause. I'm going to appoint the public defender to represent you. Was there an offer for Mr. Trudeau?
Yes, Your Honor. Adjudication of guilt, 4 days with credit time served. Court costs, no return to the scene of the trespass at the McDonald's at 10,401 East Colonial Drive.
All right, Mr. Trudeau, did you want to accept the offer?
Yes.
All right.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, sign the plea form, please. Yes. Mr. Trudeau, did you read the plea form, sir, before you signed it?
Yes.
Do you have any questions about any of the rights you're giving up?
No, ma'am.
All right, are you on?
I would just like to tell you, I have a disability claim and I have partial dementia and I have loss of consciousness. So I didn't even realize I was there.
All right, so you're gonna wanna explain that to your lawyer, but do you understand what's happening in court this morning?
Could you tell me again?
Well, you're entering a plea to trespassing at McDonald's.
Okay.
Is that what you wanna do? Or do you
Yeah.
wanna present a defense to your lawyer and then you can have a trial?
No, I'll take the plea.
All right, sir. Are you on probation?
No.
Do you understand if you're not a US citizen that this plea will subject you to deportation?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, I'm going to accept your plea, adjudicate you guilty, sentence you to 4 days in jail. You have credit for 2 days' time served. You will have to pay court costs. Those are due by February 26th of 2021, and you have 30 days to appeal the judgment and sentence of the court in writing. You may not return to the McDonald's, sir. Do you understand?
Yes.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Good morning.
Good morning, ma'am.
Your name?
Tom Arnold.
Mr. Arnold, you are here for an out-of-county warrant out of Palm Beach related to a violation of community control for robbery. Your bond is set at none. Palm Beach County is going to come and pick you up, and you'll see a judge when you get there.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Mr. Durham, this is TOT Brevard County.
All right. Good morning.
Good morning.
Mr. Gonzalez?
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Gonzalez, you're here for an out-of-county warrant out of Osceola County, Florida.
Yes, ma'am.
Your bond is set at none.
Yes, ma'am.
Osceola County is going to come pick you up, and you'll see a judge when you get there. I'm not going to take any action on your Orange County case.
Yes,
Make sure
ma'am.
you stay in contact with your lawyer so that they know where you are and you don't get an FTA in that case. Okay?
Can I tell you something, Miss Carter? I know you don't know me. I got this warrant that came up yesterday. Well, unfortunately, I learned from being in Florida's Department of Corrections, but that's where I was where allegedly this whole situation occurred.
Okay, so I understand what you're trying to say to me.
I know, I'm not
understand.
trying.
I
I'm just a
know.
little scared, you know, like,
That's
I'm a dad
understandable.
now. I don't get in trouble no more. You know, so it's not easy because now I'm away from my kids. When I went to prison, I didn't have no kids or a wife or nothing like that. But like, I just feel like the harder I try to do better, it's like, where's all this stuff coming from?
So I understand, and unfortunately today, I don't have a lot of answers
It's
for you
okay.
because I don't even have the warrant, I just have the face sheet. But Osceola County is gonna come pick you up, they have 24 hours to come get you. When you get there, you're gonna go to first appearance again. They should have the actual warrant for you so that you can read what it says and so that you know where it's coming from. And there'll be a lawyer there that you can talk to as well.
Thank
Okay?
you.
You're welcome. Good morning.
Good morning.
Are you Mr. Michael?
Ronald Michelle.
Michelle, sorry, thank you.
Sorry.
Sir, you're here for an out-of-county warrant out of Volusia County related to scheming to defraud and grand theft. Your bond is $100,000, sir. Is there one count or two counts?
It's
So it's 150,000 total? Got it. Okay.
Can I include something? We didn't even know anything about this until yesterday.
That
Somebody
usually
stole
happens- that usually
somebody
happens
stole our
with-
identity, and
So that may be true, but today's not the day to assert your defense to the charge. So I'm just telling you why you were arrested and what your bond is. If you're unable to post this bond, sir, Volusia County is going to come and pick you up and you'll see a judge when you get
we
there.
actually posted bond yesterday.
Okay.
But they told us that to go downstairs. We're going home. Then a few seconds later, they told us to come back up here.
Why would that happen?
They just sent them back saying they're not gonna accept the bond.
Yeah, like I said.
The judge advised that the subject will need to return to Volusia County to bond and send her passport so they want to go to Volusia.
Well, that's additional information.
They
Okay.
had,
So they're going to accept your bond, but you have to, they want you to go back to Volusia County first and surrender a passport. That's what you have to do.
They had posted bond yesterday, but they told us that I think my brother went to go deliver the passport to them
Okay.
today, or somebody in our family. So
Okay. I don't have the information, sir. They may have done that, which would be best if they actually did, so that way when you get to Volusia County, it's already done.
so even though he already submitted the
The
passport,
judge in
I
that
just have
county
to
has
go over there?
indicated they want you to go back to Volusia County and they want receipt of that passport. So hopefully by the time you get to Volusia County, it's done and then you can be processed. But I can't change what the judge in Volusia County who signed the warrant said. I don't have jurisdiction in Volusia County. I'm only seeing you because you were arrested in Orange. Thank you, sir. He has to see the judge there. Okay. Good morning.
Morning.
You're Terry Michelle?
Yes, ma'am.
Was Ronald your brother?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Were you in the courtroom when I was talking with him?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, so you heard. So same with you, Mr. Michelle. If they didn't accept the bond on Mr. Michelle either? Okay, so I think another one of your family members is turning in your
Yeah,
passports?
my brother called me. I was trying to make a phone call today and check up on the update and see, because they informed him that when he posted the bond, when he paid for the bond, they told him that he has to turn in the passports. So by the time they informed him, it was already like too late. So he told me, I called him last night. He said that he's gonna be on his way in the morning to go bring it. So I don't know the status because I haven't, got a phone call or, have the opportunity to call him and see if he turned in the passports.
Okay, yeah, so hopefully, like I told your brother, that by
Yeah.
the time you guys get back to Volusia County, that's
course.
been documented and it won't hold you guys up any longer, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, thank you.
You have a good one.
Sir, good morning.
Good morning.
Your name?
John Scalisi.
Mr. Scalisi, you're here for an out-of-county warrant out of Seminole County related to a violation of probation for felony battery and criminal mischief. Your bond is set at none. Seminole County is going to come pick you up, and you'll see a judge when you get there.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Kenneth Jeter is mental health job.
All right, we'll reset. How many days? Just one day did I reset him? Okay, we'll reset him again. Good morning, Mr. Hoover, yes?
Yes, ma'am.
Good morning. Sir, you were arrested in 20 MO 306 for disorderly conduct. There is probable cause. You also have 20 MM 1523. You were arrested for possession of drug paraphernalia, for which there's also probable cause. Was there an offer for Mr. Hoover?
Yes, Your Honor. 4 days with credit time served, court cost.
All right, Mr. Hoover, did you want to accept that offer?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, how many days does Mr. Hoover have? 3? Okay. Mr. Hoover, did you read the plea form before court this morning?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you have any questions about any of the rights that you're giving up?
No, ma'am.
Are you on probation?
No, ma'am.
Do you understand if you're not a U.S. citizen that this plea will subject you to deportation?
Yes, ma'am.
Have you taken any drugs, alcohol, or medication that would affect your ability to understand what's happening in court today?
No, ma'am.
All right, I'll accept your plea, adjudicate you guilty on both cases, sentence you to 4 days in the county jail. You've got credit for 3 days' time served. You'll have to pay court costs. Those are due in both cases by February 26th of 2021. You have 30 days to appeal the judgment and sentence of the court in writing. Thank you, sir. Mr. Krupnicki?
Medical, Your Honor.
Still medical, okay, we'll reset him again. Krupnicki and Sanchez, those two. I'm assuming it was medical yesterday too. Okay. All right, I'll put those in the record. Ms. Fowler, Ms. Fusco, the next two cases, 20 MM 1487 and 20 CF 2492, both of these defendants have contagious medical issues. So I think I'm just gonna have you, I don't know, can we reset them? They don't need to come back every day. How could we be notified that they're ready to come to court? We can't, or should we just set them every day? Do you have to bring them over every day that they're reset though? So they're not here right now? I see. So you just check every day to see if they're okay to come. All right, well, we'll just keep resetting them, I guess. All right, that's the regular docket. Good morning.
Good morning.
Tell me your name, please.
Michael Ordas.
This is 20 MM 1349. This is defense motion that counsel has reasonable grounds to believe that the defendant is not competent to proceed and requesting a hearing to place the client on conditional release. So, Ms. Fowler, you're requesting that a hearing be set down here within 20 days to determine whether or not he's competent to proceed?
Yes, Your Honor.
Has your office filed a motion for release on his own recognizance in this case in the past?
I'm not sure, I can check really quickly.
I mean, because it seemed like that might be the better avenue for Mr. Ulrich. Because all this motion does is set this case for a hearing. You're asking the court to set it for a competency hearing. And I don't know, based upon this motion, it references an evaluation done last September, or last October. I don't know what case, I don't know what happened in the case. I don't know if he was placed on conditional release in that case. So I also think it presents a problem if in 20 days this case has been filed in a division, then that hearing would have to be set in the division downtown. The competency hearing would have to be set in the division downtown.
Okay.
Another issue that I see is that the evaluation at that time from one doctor is potentially going to be, it's going to be almost 6 months old. I mean, is the state stipulating to the evaluation that is provided in the motion?
No, Your Honor, we would like to have it set for hearing.
And Your Honor, there is no motion for RR that was filed in this case.
Do you want to talk to Mr. Jurgens, the person who filed this motion, to see what you want to do?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. All right, then I'm not going to take any action on this motion today, and you
Okay.
can either file the ROR motion or reset this motion. Ms. Fowler, who's assigned to the Division A cases in your office?
Division A?
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure of the name of the attorneys.
Are they, I mean, do you know if they're split up between all the different division lawyers, or who handles the cases that are not yet assigned to a specific division?
I just, from what I've known, it just goes to Division A. So it's automatically, there's, I think, maybe a couple attorneys that handles those,
Okay.
from what I know.
Are you Mr. Smoody?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, Mr. Smoody, this is case number 20MM1011. This is defense motion for non-monetary release conditions. Ms. Fusco, what's your position on the motion?
This is for petty theft retail. There's several prior out-of-state petty thefts convictions. There's 2 out-of-state FTAs, but the last one was in April of 2008. We would defer to the court's discretion.
All right, Mr. Smith, I'm going to grant your motion. You're not to return to public, so you're to maintain contact with your attorney. and you are to attend all court dates. Will Mr. Smoody be given a court date when he leaves on this misdemeanor?
Yes, it will be. I believe that will be March 26th at 1 o'clock.
All right,
Downtown?
all right. Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, so Mr. Smoody, you know where you need to be and when?
March 26th downtown.
1 o'clock, I think
1
that's how I was
o'clock.
writing that on your paperwork.
Yes, yes, Your Honor.
All right, you can't
Thanks,
go
Your
back to
Honor.
Publix.
Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Taylor, good morning.
Good morning, Your Honor.
All right, this is 20 MM 154. Mr. Taylor, this is your motion for release on non-monetary conditions. Ms. Fusco, what's your position on the motion?
Your Honor, in this case, their history includes 4 felonies, 6 misdemeanors, 10 FTAs. The last one is October 10th of 14. And he looks like he has been employed. So in this one, related to the FTAs, although it has been since 14 of his last failure to appear, we would ask the court to, that he needs to continue to have bond.
Mr. Taylor, you're working at the Manheim Auto Auction in Ocoee?
Yes, ma'am.
How long have you worked there?
I've worked over like 6 years now, 6 years.
Okay. How long have you lived in Central Florida?
Just my entire life. I was born in ORMC.
You were born at ORMC?
Yes, ma'am. That I know. Yeah, I do detailing in Ocoee.
That's a big place.
Yes, it's the biggest, actually, Manheim's auction it is.
Yeah. The one that runs right down the corner by the 429?
Yes, exactly, in the turnpike. Also detail the managers and supervisors' cars. Charlie White, Judge Judson. I knew a lot of all the supervisors and
Mr. Taylor, I'm gonna grant your motion. You are not to return to the Circle K,
yeah.
okay? You're to maintain contact with your lawyer and attend all court dates.
Yes, ma'am.
Is that same court date for Mr. Taylor?
No, ma'am, that is,
April 1st at 1 o'clock.
No April Fools, all right.
Mr. Taylor, I'm not finished talking to you, hold on. Mr. Taylor, as I said, you're not to return to the Circle K. You have to maintain contact with your lawyer and your tender court date, and she just stated, I wrote it on the order, April 1st at 1 p.m. It's at the Ocoee Courthouse.
I'm glad you just reminded me of that because I was thinking downtown.
Right, so let's move one, you know where it is in Ocoee, on Story Road?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, sir, thank you.
All right, sorry about everything, Your Honor. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Let's see. Are we all set on the 33-day motions?
We are, Your Honor. I think these are significantly out of the order I have them, so it may take us a second or two to flip back and forth, but I'm ready to go.
Okay, no problem. All right, I'm gonna do the regular docket then first, maybe that will help. 20 CF 876 Luis Mendez.
Yes, Your Honor. On February 25th, an information was filed, filing ID 103-874-023.
That will be denied. 19 CF 17513 Eric Caldwell.
Yes, Your Honor. On February 25th, an information was filed, filing ID 103-873-564.
That'll be denied. 20 CF 662 Hakeem Holloway.
Yes, Your Honor. On February 25th, there was a notice of non-filing.
That'll be granted. 20 CF 708 Demetrius Spires.
Yes, Your Honor. On February 25th, an information was filed, filing ID 103-850-287.
That'll be denied. 20 MM 407 Victor Gonzalez.
Yes, Your Honor. On February 25th, there was a notice of non-filing.
That'll be granted. 20 CF 908 Henry Johnson.
Yes, Your Honor. On February 25th, there was an information filed, filing ID 103-850-408.
That'll be denied. 20 CF 1083 Arturo Navarro.
Yes, Your Honor. On February 25th, an information was filed, filing ID 103-871172.
That'll be denied. 20 CF 1116 Darius Harris.
Yes, Your Honor. On February 25th, there was a notice of non-filing.
That'll be granted. 20 MM 45 Devin Dunn.
Yes, Your Honor. On February 25th, an information was filed, filing ID 103-885-305.
That'll be denied. 20 CF 1001 Chris Felipe.
Yes, Your Honor. On February 25th, a no information notice was filed.
That'll be granted. 20 CF 1107 Lashavia Spatcher.
Yes, Your Honor. On February 25th, an information was filed, filing ID 103-889-652.
That'll be denied. 20 CF 1048 Andrew Zambrano.
Yes, Your Honor. On February 25th, an information was filed, filing ID 103-895-511.
That'll be denied. Oops. CF 1068 Corey Esters.
Yes, Your Honor. On February 24th, there was a notice of non-filing.
That will be granted. 20 CF 1081 Bronson Aaron.
Yes, Your Honor. On February 25th, there was a notification of non-filing.
That'll be granted. All right, and then court will be in recess. Good afternoon, I'm Judge Amy Carter. This is Courtroom 1, Session 2. Could I have the attorneys place their appearances on the record, please?
Elaine Fusco, State Attorney's Office.
Letitia Fowler with the Office of Public Defender.
Thank you. Sure. Good afternoon, sir. Your name?
Daniel Gilruth.
Sir, Sir, you're here in 20 CF 2627. You were arrested for child abuse, battery, and tampering with a witness to hinder communication to law enforcement. There is probable cause, sir. I'm going to appoint the public defender to represent you. Do you think that either of these victims may be in courtroom 2? 'Cause I think,
These are information in the system. How they know have contact with from pretrial services.
Sir, you're not to have any contact with Lindsay Anir or Alicia Biles. You live in England, sir?
Yes.
When are you supposed to go home?
Monday. Well, I rearranged the flights. They were going to go home on Monday, and I was going to go home on Tuesday, so that I'm not in contact with them.
Okay. Do you live together in England?
No.
Okay. What's the relationship between you all?
Really good friends. Well, was really
Okay.
good friends. Yeah.
All right, so you don't live together?
No.
All right. Mr. Gilworth, I'm going to release you on your own recognizance at this time. The Public Defender's Office represents you. You need to maintain contact with their office to see what the state decides to do with the case.
Okay.
If the state of Florida decides to prosecute you for these crimes, you will have to return to the state of Florida to resolve the case.
Yep.
If you don't, a warrant will be issued for your arrest. If you were to return to the United States after failing to appear, you would be arrested upon re-entry into the United States. Do you understand, sir?
I understand.
Okay, thank you.
How often do I need to go?
Good afternoon, sir.
Afternoon, ma'am.
Your name, please?
Jeffrey Lampkin.
Mr. Lampkin, you are here in case number 17 CF 11300. It is alleged that you have violated your probation by failing to report to your probation officer in April of 2018. It is also alleged that you have not paid your cost of supervision. You're $80 behind. You have failed to make yourself available for supervision, and that you were not at your reported place of residence. You have failed to pay your court costs and fines. You failed to complete or undergo a drug and alcohol evaluation or treatment, and you have not attended your support group meetings, sir. At this time, your bond is set at none. I will appoint the public defender to represent you in that matter. And in 17 CF 15359, which is also a violation of probation, alleging the same issues that I just explained to you, sir. And then you have 20 MM 1568. You were arrested for providing false ID to law enforcement and resisting officer without violence. There's probable cause for both of those offenses. Bond on count 1 is 500. Bond on count 2 is 100. You're going to see Judge Whitehead in the next 7 to 10 days on the violations of probation, sir. Thank you. Good afternoon, sir. Tell me your name, please.
Jay Drew.
All right. Mr. Law, what about Mr. Law?
Mr. Law's on the wall.
Oh, okay. And tell me your name, sir, I'm sorry.
Ray Drew.
Oh, thank you, sir. Mr. Drew, you were here in 20 CF 2612. You were arrested for possession of heroin, possession of cocaine, possession of drug paraphernalia, and possession of cannabis less than 20 grams. There's probable cause for the offenses. I'm going to appoint the public defender to represent you. Sir, I'm going to release you on your own recognizance at this time. You need to maintain contact with your lawyer, attend all court dates, and you're not to possess or consume any controlled substances without a valid prescription. Thank you, sir. Good afternoon, Mr. Law.
Good afternoon.
Sir, you failed to appear in 19 CF 9063 for pretrial conference on January 15th of this year. Your bond is set at none, sir. You'll have to have your lawyer file a bond motion in Division 16. And then you have 20 CF 2623. You were arrested for grand theft of a motor vehicle. There's probable cause for that offense. I'll appoint the public defender. Your bond is $1,000, sir. Thank you. Good afternoon. Your name?
David Mauricio.
Is it David Mauricio?
Yes, ma'am.
Sir, this is 20 CF 2608. You were arrested for grand theft of a motor vehicle. There's probable cause. I'm going to appoint the public defender to represent you. Your bond is $1,000, sir. Thank you. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Your name, sir?
Michael Murdoch.
Mr. Murdaugh, this is 20 CF 2614. You were arrested for possession of MDMA. There's probable cause. I am going to appoint the public defender to represent you, sir. I'm going to release you on your own recognizance at this time in that matter, as well as 20 MO 320, which is the open container. You are to maintain contact with your lawyer, attend all court dates. I want you to contact their office within 24 hours of your release from the jail. You're not to possess or consume any controlled substances without a valid prescription. Thank you. Sir, good afternoon. Your name?
Dwarren Oliver.
DeWarren Oliver?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, sir. Does Mr. Oliver have any FTAs? The face sheet doesn't show me that.
I can check.
Thank you. Okay. Mr. Oliver, I'm going to release you on your own recognizance at this time. Sir, you are not to drive without a valid driver's license.
It's over. I'm not driving no more, ma'am.
Okay. I want you to contact your lawyer within 24 hours of release from the jail, sir, and you're to attend all court dates.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Mr. Corliss is mental health.
All right, we will. reset that, please.
What's the last name?
Mr. Sanchez?
Also mental health.
Thank you. We'll reset Mr. Sanchez. Ms. Scaglione, good afternoon.
Hi, Janine Marie Scaglione here.
Yes, ma'am. You are here in 20 CF 2618. You were arrested for tampering with physical evidence and possession of drug paraphernalia. There is probable cause. I'm going to appoint the public defender to represent you.
Am I able to get out on an ROR, ma'am? Because I have like mental health issues I have to take care of.
I understand, Ms. Scaglione, but you just were released ROR in January.
But I know I was fine. I don't know why he promised me I wouldn't go to jail. He promised me all this, the officer, and he took me to jail anyway. But I did everything. I turned over names and all that to them about the drug dealers and
All right,
stuff.
thank you. Okay.
I mean, if you could, I would like to be ROR'd.
Can I put her on PTR? Okay. So Ms. Scaglione, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna place you on PTR, on pretrial release at this time, on your new case. I'm not gonna take any action on your old case, but you're not gonna be able to use any drugs.
Okay.
All right, so you're gonna be tested through the pretrial program.
Okay.
Okay? If you wanna stay out, you're not gonna use.
Okay, yes, ma'am.
All right?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, yes, ma'am.
Do I? Maybe. Not so far. Oh, wait. You're welcome. Sir, good afternoon. Your name?
Suggs, Joseph Suggs.
Mr. Scuggs, you are here in 20 CF 2621. You were arrested for possession of MDMA. There is probable cause. I'm going to appoint the public defender to represent you, sir.
Okay.
Mr. Suggs, I'm going to release you on your own recognizance at this time. You're not to possess or consume any controlled substances without a valid prescription. You're to maintain contact with your lawyer, and you are to attend all court dates, sir. Thank you. Good afternoon, sir. Your name?
Stephen Thayer.
Mr. Thayer, you were arrested in 20 CF 2625 for burglary of an occupied dwelling and battery. Mr. Squaw, I'm not sure what the intent to commit an offense therein is. I don't find the probable cause as to count one,
On count one?
the burglary.
Count one or count two?
Count one is burglary of an occupied dwelling. You're Stephen Thayer, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
It seems like the offense is trespass, doesn't it? Or do you disagree? Is this 20 CF 2626 case something that he was seen on a different day?
No.
Where? Oh, I missed that.
The 2626 has a PBL.
So in 20 CF 2626, there's probable cause for counts 1 and counts 2. Ms. Fusco, do you want to be heard with bond on count 2?
Yes, Your Honor. The state asked the court to consider all the evidence in the arrest affidavits. The defendant smashed the window in the rear door of the residence and gained access to the house wielding a yellow axe. The victim addressed the defendant with her firearm and made several commands to drop the axe. When the defendant refused to drop the axe, the homeowner, who had children in the home, fired shots striking the defendant. She stated she was in fear for their lives. She and her son were able to handcuff the defendant until law enforcement and rescue personnel arrived. Another neighbor told law enforcement that a male matching the description of the defendant had broken into his home, but he was able to chase him away shortly before he heard the shots fired down the street at the victim's home. There were also the other case that we mentioned where he had, there were other witnesses who were neighbors, and one of those had video surveillance that covered some of the activity. The state argues there is proof evident or presumption great for the armed burglary of a dwelling with a dangerous weapon.
Okay.
In
Ms. Fowler,
266.
did you want to be heard?
Your Honor, I defer the matter to the court.
Okay, so count 1 bond is 5,000. The state met their burden and has met the proof evident or presumption great standard, Mr. Thayer. So your bond on count 2 will remain at none. You're not to have any contact with any of the witnesses or victims. You're not to return to the scene. You're not to possess any weapons. After further review of both of the affidavits, there's probable cause for counts 1 and 2 in 20 CF 2625. Bond on count 1 is 5,000. Bond on count 2 is 100. You're not to return to the scene. You're not to have any contact with the victim, and you're not to possess any weapons, sir. Thank you.
Yes, Your Honor.
Wait, hold on.
Mr. Tozier, bond
Mr. Valdez?
also bond.
Are you Miss Warrington?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, good afternoon, ma'am.
Good afternoon.
You are here in 20 CF 2611. You were arrested for throwing a missile into an occupied vehicle and criminal mischief. And there is probable cause. I'm going to appoint the public defender to represent you.
Okay.
Your bond on count 1 is going to be 2,500. Your bond on count 2 is 100. I am revoking the bond in 20 CF 2285. That's going to be set at none, ma'am. You're not to have any contact with any of the victims or witnesses on the new law case.
Yes, ma'am. So,
Thank
as far as that goes, what does that mean for me?
So it means that you're going to have your lawyer file a bond motion in Division 22 to see if you are able to get a bond on your old case.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Jessica Jones, bond, Your Honor.
All right.
Whether
Foltz,
also bonded.
Mr. Bryant? You, Mr. Bryant, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Sir, you have 2 cases this afternoon. I'm going to appoint the public defender to represent you on both. You were arrested for resisting officer without violence and for open container. There's probable cause. As I said, I'll appoint the public defender to represent you. Was there an offer for Mr. Bryant?
Not at this time, Your Honor.
Is there a reason?
There's some lab pending from FDLE, and we haven't contacted the officer.
All right, does Mr. Bryant want to resolve his case today? Yeah.
He would like to resolve his case today.
All right, Mr. Wright, I'll need you to sign the plea form, please. Mr. Bryant, did you read the plea form, sir, before court this afternoon?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you have any questions about any of the rights that you're giving up?
No, ma'am, Your Honor.
Are you on probation?
No, ma'am.
Do you understand if you're not a U.S. citizen that this plea will subject you to deportation?
Yes, ma'am, Your Honor.
Have you taken any drugs, alcohol, or medication that would affect your ability to understand what's happening in court today?
No, ma'am, Your Honor.
All right, sir, I'm going to accept your plea, adjudicate you guilty in both cases, sentence you to 2 days in the county jail. You have credit for 1 day. You will have to pay court costs. Those are going to be due by February 26th of 2021. You have 30 days to appeal the judgment and sentence of the court in writing, sir. Thank you. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Your name, sir?
Jesus Estrada.
Mr. Estrada, you're here in 20 MM 1569. You were arrested for resisting officer without violence. There's probable cause. I'm going to appoint the public defender. Was there an offer for Mr. Estrada?
Adjudication of guilt, 6 days, credit time served, court cost.
Does Mr. Estrada want to accept that offer?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Estrada, you know you can resolve your case on another day.
Yeah, but would that still leave me here?
No.
No. So I was still get time served.
I don't know what you would get downtown. Mr. Estrada, I'll release you on your own recognizance if you want to, if you're not able to post bond. And you can go talk to someone about the case and go back to court. Otherwise, you can accept the offer too, that's up to you.
I'll do that.
He'll take the RR, Your Honor.
Okay, so Mr. Estrada, you're going to get a court date when you leave the jail. You have to show up to court on that court date, otherwise there'll be a warrant issued for your arrest, you understand?
Understandable.
Okay. Call your lawyer within 24 hours of getting released from the jail so they know the best way to contact you. And you have to attend the court date.
Okay.
Okay? Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Ma'am, good afternoon. Good afternoon. Tell me your name, please.
I'm sorry,
I said, tell me your name.
Diane Smith Jones.
Ma'am, you were arrested in 20 MM 59 for trespassing.
Last night,
Yes, ma'am, there's probable cause. I'll appoint the public defender to represent you. Is there an offer for Ms. Smith Jones?
Yes, Your Honor, adjudication of guilt, 2 days with credit time served, court costs, no return to the scene of the trespass.
All right, Ms. Jones, do you want to take that offer?
yes, ma'am.
Okay, so Ms. Jones, I just want to make sure you understand, you were trespassed from 421 East Kennedy Boulevard, and it's for a period of 2 years, okay? So it says that it started on August 1st of 2018, so that will expire August 1st of this year. So between now and then, you cannot go back there,
Yes, ma'am.
okay? Ms. Jones, did you have a chance to review the plea form, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Do you have any questions about any of the rights on the plea form?
No, ma'am.
All right. And you're not on probation?
No, ma'am.
Okay. And have you taken any drugs, alcohol, or medication that would affect your ability to understand what's happening in court today?
No, ma'am.
All right, ma'am, I'm going to accept your plea, adjudicate you guilty, sentence you to 2 days in jail. You have credit for 1 day time served. You're going to have to pay court costs. That's due by February 26th of 2021, and you can't go back to 421 East Kennedy Boulevard, ma'am. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, thank you. Good afternoon, sir. Your name?
Excuse me. Oh, David Torres?
Mr. Torres, this is 20 MM 1564. You were arrested for petty theft. There's probable cause. I'll appoint the public defender to represent you. Is there an offer for Mr. Torres?
Yes, Your Honor. Adjudication of guilt, 7 days with credit time served, court cost. The items were recovered, so there's no restitution, and there's no return to the scene of the Walmart at 5734 South Orange Blossom Trail, where he was also trespassed.
Mr. Torres, did you want to take that offer?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Send the form, please. Sir, did you read the plea form before court this afternoon?
Excuse me?
Did you read the plea form
Yes,
before
ma'am.
court? Okay, did you have any questions about any of the rights on the form?
No, ma'am.
Are you on probation?
No, ma'am.
And do you understand if you're not a U.S. citizen that this plea will subject you to deportation?
Yes, ma'am.
Have you taken any drugs, alcohol, or medication that would affect your ability to understand what's happening in court today?
No, ma'am.
All right, sir, I will accept your plea, adjudicate you guilty, sentence you to 7 days in jail. You have credit for 1 day, 2 days, time served. You will have to pay court costs. Those are going to be due by February 26th of 2021. You can't go back to the Walmart. You have 30 days to appeal the judgment and sentence of the court in writing.
Yes,
Thank
ma'am.
you. Good afternoon, sir. Your name?
Deshaun Williams.
Mr. Williams, you were arrested in 20 MM 102 for petty theft and for resisting officer without violence. There's probable cause, sir. I'll appoint the public defender to represent you. Was there an offer for Mr. Williams?
Yes, Your Honor. Adjudication of guilt with 10 days with credit time served. Court costs, no return to the scene of the Family Dollar at 5997 Edgewater Drive.
Did you want to accept that offer, Mr. Williams?
He does not want to take the offer.
All right, Mr. Williams, I'm going to place you on pretrial release at this time, sir. Okay?
Yes,
Thank
ma'am.
you. You're not to return to the Family Dollar, you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you.
You are.
Good afternoon, sir. Your name?
My name is Donald Kyle Brown.
Mr. Brown, you are here for an out-of-county warrant for Polk County for a violation of probation for DUI, possession of drug paraphernalia.
Yes, ma'am.
There is no bond on the warrant. Polk County is going to come pick you up, and you'll see a judge when you get there.
Quick question. I was just in Lake County and Polk County refused to come pick me up. So why am I here on Lake County? I was just released from Lake County 2 weeks ago on bond, and Polk County refuses to pick me up. They had the 7 days to pick me up, and they never came and got me.
So this warrant was served on you in Lake County,
Yes,
and they didn't come get you, and then the judge released you?
yes. I was supposed to go to an EEG test for a week today, a monitoring unit, because I have seizures, and I've not taken my seizure medication either today.
Can you tell, like, was a warrant reissued? Because that can happen. So here's the deal. Just because that they don't come pick you up on this warrant and you get released, they can reissue the warrant to have you picked up again. So it's a cycle. Do you see what I'm saying?
Well, how many days do they have to pick me up?
Here, they have 24 hours to come get you.
Okay.
Here's the thing, if they don't do that, so we would see what kind of communication that they establish, right? Are they gonna make arrangements to come pick you up or not?
Yeah.
If they do, then you would go. If they don't, you'd come back to see me, and I could very well, again, release you, just like Lake County did.
Yes, ma'am.
But the same thing can keep happening.
Okay, well,
So
yeah,
if it's a
I have a
VOP,
yeah, I
I
have a
would-
lawyer, Justin Rickman, so it's,
Okay.
I have a lawyer too and everything, so,
So definitely call your lawyer.
yeah.
Okay,
so-
because I mean, what I would do, it's a VOP.
Yeah,
So I
so-
would contact my PO as soon as I was released to figure out what's going on. Maybe you,
Oh, no,
I don't
I've
know.
already been to my probation officer.
I don't know, sir. Polk County will get in contact with them and see if they come pick you up. If you don't, you'll see me back probably Friday.
I'll see you tomorrow morning, yes.
Well, it's 24 hours from today, so you probably won't see
Today.
me back till Friday.
To Friday?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay?
All right, thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Garcia?
Yes, ma'am.
Good afternoon, sir. You're here for an out-of-county warrant out of Osceola County for possession of cocaine and possession of drug paraphernalia?
That's what they say, yes.
That's right. So when you get to Osceola County, if you're not able to post your bond, you have a bond of $2,000 and $500. If you can't post that, you'll be taken to Osceola County. They have 24 hours to come and get you. When you get there, you'll see another judge, and they'll have a copy of the actual affidavit, and you can see what the substance of the allegations are.
Okay,
Okay?
and for one question, so when I get over there, so I wait, or should I bond out here? or
You
should-
can, bond out from here if you want to,
And
and then,
I won't have that problem in Osceola, or they'll still have.
no, you will not. So once you bond out, you're gonna want to, contact the clerk's office and make sure to monitor when your next court date is.
When my court date is.
So you don't
That's
miss
all.
court.
Okay. So the warrant is out from court? That's what I'm saying, because it
What do
has
you
new
mean?
charges. That's why I didn't understand. That's why I was like, those charges I've never even been arrested on, so.
Right, so this is so what happens is that the warrant is issued, right? Osceola County issued a probable cause warrant, and then you were picked up on the warrant, so you wouldn't know about it because you.
Okay.
It's-
That's
it's
why
in the
I'm
things.
so confused. That's why, but this is so I can resolve this by bonding out here. I can bond out today, right? And
Correct.
then
The
just call the
case
clerk's
still
office?
exists though, right? You understand that? The case-
Yeah, it
if
was
you bond
still,
out.
I'll have to go to court, of course, yes,
Yes.
to resolve it, yes.
Right.
Okay, no
Okay.
problem. I appreciate you.
All right, thank you, sir.
Have a great day.
You too. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Your name, sir?
Terrence Scary.
Mr. Gary, you have an out-of-county warrant from Seminole County. It's for failing to appear for pretrial conference on a petty theft case. Your bond, sir, is set at none. Seminole County is going to come pick you up, and you'll see a judge when you get there.
How long do they have?
24 hours.
Okay,
Thank you, sir.
thank you.
Hefner is TOT to Brevard County.
All right. Mr. Maxwell,
Yes, ma'am.
how are you today, sir?
All right.
Good. Mr. Maxwell, you are here in 20 MO 321 for disorderly conduct.
Yes, ma'am.
There is probable cause. I'll appoint the public defender. Ms. Fuß, was there an offer for Mr. Maxwell?
Yes, Your Honor, adjudication of guilt, 2 days with credit time served, court costs.
Mr. Maxwell, did you want to accept the offer?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Sir, did you read the plea form before court?
Excuse me?
Did you read the plea form before court?
Oh, yes, ma'am.
All
I
right.
read it before.
All right, did you have any questions about any of the rights on the form?
No, ma'am.
And you're not on probation, right?
No, ma'am.
Okay. Mr. Maxwell, I'm going to accept your plea, adjudicate you guilty, sentence you to 2 days in jail. You have credit for 1 day time served. You will have to pay court costs. Those are due by February 26th of 2021. And you have 30 days to appeal the judgment and sentence of the court in writing.
Do I leave today?
What?
Do I leave today?
Yes.
All right,
All
thank
right,
you.
thank you. And then- I'm sorry, Dexter, Mr. Ortiz Cologne? He bonded, okay. All right, and court will be in recess.